Hey guys, this video is going to be the Holly Jolly tag, which I've been meaning to do for a really long time, but I haven't gotten around to it because finals were taking up so much of my time. But finals are finally finished and I'm back home, and so I have time. And this is the first video I filmed in this spot since August, and it feels kind of weird. First question is, do you start your Christmas shopping on Black Friday or wait until the last minute? And I've actually never been Black Friday shopping before. And I don't usually buy too many presents, usually either for family members or a couple of my friends, sometimes not even at all, just like depending from year to year. This year I got my parents and my brother and my sister presents, and that was it. And I did it like 2 weeks ago maybe, so maybe like a week or 2 weeks after Thanksgiving, so I don't start it like right after Thanksgiving, but I did it fairly early, I guess. All the presents have come and are wrapped except my mom's. Still hasn't come in the mail. But, I mean, I guess I do it kind of, it depends because it varies how many presents I buy from year to year and when. I think it just kind of all depends on when I think to do it, and like if I'm buying them from a store, it depends on like when I have time or how I can get to a store since I can't drive and I have to rely on other people. But this year I did it kind of early, but not incredibly early. And the second question is, if you could be in any Christmas movie, what would it be? I'm gonna go with the Santa Claus, or like one of those movies, because they've always been some of my like favorite Christmas movies. Although I think it would be awesome to be in pretty much any Christmas movie because they all tend to be like, I don't know, just the whole like holiday spirit in them, I guess, and it's like, which is present in real life, but it's like kind of amplified in movies, and it's just like really fun and stuff. But I think it'd be really cool to be in the Santa Claus and live in like the North Pole there, like in those movies and stuff. It'd be pretty awesome. The third question is, which do you like better, Christmas Eve or Christmas Day? The interesting thing about this, my mom's side of the family doesn't really get together for Christmas because we're like huge and it's just hard, and so, but the past like 2 years, my aunt and my uncle was a Marine and he's retired now, and they recently like moved back, and they've started having more family things, and we went to their house last year for Christmas and we're going this year. So that's like the first time that my mom's family has started getting together, and this really has nothing to do with the question because we don't go, I think last year we might have gone on Christmas Day, I don't know, but it like varies from year to year. But my dad's side of the family always gets together on Christmas Eve, like from probably since the time I was born, I can't even remember. So like Christmas Eve has always been the day that I see my dad's family, which has always made me like Christmas Eve. And since we're Catholic, we always went to the Christmas Eve Mass, and then like right after the Christmas Eve Mass went to my dad's family's get together. But now we're not going to the Christmas Eve Mass anymore because my sister doesn't sing in the choir like she used to. Now we're going to like the midnight Mass, so I guess that kind of overlaps between the two. But we still go to my dad's family, and so that's kind of always been my favorite because my mom works at a hospital, which means she sometimes has to work on Christmas. And when she did, we always opened our Christmas presents early on Christmas Eve. So not only did we go to my dad's house, but some years we actually like completely celebrated Christmas on Christmas Eve, and then had nothing on Christmas. And so I'm gonna go with Christmas Eve being my favorite. And this year, my mom talked to me when I got home from school, and she said that this year they're planning on, since like none of my siblings believe in Santa anymore, because my brother, who's the youngest, is 13 now, and so we're going to open all of our presents Christmas Eve instead of like night. Once we get back from my dad's family, we're going to open them then, instead of waiting until Christmas Eve or at Christmas Day. So like we're not doing anything for Christmas Day. So I guess this is like my really long answer to saying that Christmas Eve is probably my favorite because we tend to do more on Christmas Eve than we do on Christmas. Question 4. When does your family put up your Christmas tree and who decorates it? This also varies from year to year. We always wait at least until after Thanksgiving, but when exactly it gets up kind of depends, and who does it, it kind of depends. My sister, Regina, is usually the one pushing to get the tree up, and my mom's just like, just wait a little bit, because it depends on like when my mom's working and stuff, but it's usually my mom and my sister usually both do it. I used to help when I was younger, and then as I got older, kind of like, I don't know, I just suddenly walk into the living room and the Christmas tree would be up and I hadn't even known that they were putting it up. So, but my sister gets like really into it 'cause she's really into like decorating, and I'm kind of bad at it. So I just kind of let them do that because they make the tree look better, but my sister usually like kind of pushes us to do it. And so if she gets her way, it's put up like right after Thanksgiving, and if my mom gets her way, then it's like a few weeks after Thanksgiving. I was away at school this year, so I don't know when exactly they did it. It was just up when I got here. My sister tweeted a picture of the tree when they put it up, so I did like see it the day they put it up, but I don't remember what day it was. But it varies from year to year, from like the weekend after Thanksgiving to like a few weeks after Thanksgiving. Question number 5, white lights or colored lights? I really like both. I think depending on like what you're going for, white lights are more like simple, but I think colorful lights are like more cheerful. I don't know, but I like both. But white lights kind of remind me of a more like, I don't know if I want to say sophisticated thing, but I don't know. I think our tree completely has white lights because they're like built into the tree. But I really like colored lights because I think they're just more like cheerful and happy to me, but I like them both. I think it depends on how you're decorating your tree and what you're like, I don't know if I'm making any sense. Number 6, are you guilty of peeking at your presents, or do you like the surprise? I tend to be okay with waiting, but then my sister is really, really into like picking them up and shaking them and trying to figure out what they are, and she kind of tends to like rope me into it, because we'll be in the living room and there'll be presents under the tree, and she starts doing it, and she's like picking up my presents too, and like, don't you wonder what this is, Haley, and blah blah blah, and then kind of gets me into doing it. So with my sister being a negative influence on me, sometimes I try to peek, but if I like, most of the time I tend to just like not even focus. I kind of forget that the gifts are even there, and it doesn't really bother me, and I don't try to like find anything. Number 7, would you rather live in a gingerbread house or in Santa's workshop? I'm gonna go with Santa's workshop because I feel as if it would be like a really fun place, kind of like seeing all the toys being made and being surrounded by the elves. I think that would be like really fun, and if I lived in a gingerbread house, I'd probably end up eating it and then have no house, unless it like magically regenerated itself or something, and like the smell would constantly make you hungry and stuff. But I think Santa's workshop would be like a really fun place to live. 8, tell us your Christmas Eve traditions. And I kind of already did this, but I guess I'll go over it quickly again. We used to, when I was younger, go to Christmas Eve Mass at my church, and then we would immediately go over to my dad's side of the family's like get-together thing. Now we usually go to midnight mass, which is what we're doing this year, and so we don't do anything until we go over to my dad's, and we have like my grandma and my parents and my aunts and uncles play like Dirty Santa with like gifts, and then me and all the other like grandkids play Secret Santa. So like, I'm not gonna say what cousin's name I have, but like I have one of my cousin's names and I have to buy a present for them, and I still have to do that because I didn't know, I got like the hardest cousin. I could not think of anything to get him, but when I went to Red Lobster with some of my like aunts and my mom and my grandma the other night, and I talked to his mom, and she gave me an idea of what to buy him, so now I have to go buy that. But anyway, so we play Secret Santa, and then the adults play Dirty Santa. Last year, when I turned 18, I had to like fight to still play Secret Santa instead of Dirty Santa with the adults, but I ended up winning. And then the funny thing is, my cousin Seth, who's my age, but he was still 17 last Christmas, so they were going to keep him in with the kids and then make me play with the adults until I like fought for it. And then this year my mom just randomly calls me and decides to tell me that they drew my name because they just apparently decided that I should stay in with the younger kids. But my cousin Seth, who's in the army and won't be here for Christmas, didn't get his name drawn, even though last year they were keeping him in and were going to kick me out. So I just found that kind of amusing. But anyway, we do that, and then this year now we're starting to go to midnight mass for Christmas. And this year we're starting opening our presents on Christmas Eve. Question number 9. If you could be under the mistletoe with anyone, who would it be? This will probably come as no surprise to anyone who knows me or like follows me on Twitter or anywhere else on the internet, because I'm absolutely obsessed with One Direction. So I'm going to say Niall Horan because he's my favorite from One Direction and I just love them. Like, absolutely obsessed, as anyone who knows me knows. Question number 10 is what tops your tree? And I'm actually not sure because I think we got a new Christmas tree topper in the past couple years and I can't remember what it is. I'm going to go find out. There you go, there's a star. We got a new fake tree like in the past couple years and it's extremely tall. Here's the rest of our tree, and I just realized that my camera is about to go dead, so we're gonna have to hurry up with the rest of this. But there's our Christmas tree. And doggies too, because this is totally what I should waste camera battery on. My mom tried to shave my dog's head, and now he looks weird. Okay, number 11. Can you name the 12 days of Christmas? If given enough time, I could probably figure out what the 12 things are, but I don't know if I can match them all up with the right numbers. Possibly if I said it enough times and remembered. Maybe. Number 12, have you ever gone Christmas caroling? I did at our local nursing home with the Key Club at my middle school. I don't know if we went 2 years or just one. I think we might have gone 2 years, but we like walked down the hallways of the nursing home. 13, do you count down to Christmas? If so, how many days are left? I do kind of sometimes mentally count down, but I don't actually have something like written down. And then like I see everyone else counting down, so it's kind of hard to like ignore how many days are left. Let's see, it's the 15th, so we have like 10 days, or would it be 9 days? I always get really confused whether to count the day we're on or not. 14, what are some foods and treats you can count on having every holiday season? While I was home for Thanksgiving break, well actually wasn't even at home, my mom took me back to school and we stopped at Walmart on the way and found candy canes, so I made her buy me 2 boxes that I took with me to school. But we don't really have any specific like Christmas treats kind of that like, we don't really make anything. My mom started making this like breakfast casserole like every Christmas morning, but this year since we're opening presents at night and probably won't wake up early, I don't even know if that'll happen. But I don't really have a specific answer to that, really. I guess candy canes. 15. How has Christmas kept its magic for you as you've grown older? It never really lost its magic. Like, I don't know. I just I guess because I think this is the first year where, I'm kind of like more excited about seeing family than I am presents, and that might be because I've been away at college, so I haven't really seen my family. But, I just, like, this year I didn't have a Christmas list for my mom. Like, every other year I've had a list of things I want, and this year it was, like, I didn't actually give her a list. She figured out things I wanted, and I know some of the things I'm getting, but there were only, like, 2 or 3 things that I kind of asked for, but I didn't really even ask for. She just, like, knew I wanted. So I guess just the fact that I get to see family, and especially going away to college, I get to see family that I haven't seen since like August or even before. And I guess just spending time with family, that's my answer. And again, going to church because I am Catholic, and so Christmas Mass, I guess kind of like, I don't know, Christmas and Easter, the Masses are just like really special to me. I like Easter Masses more than Christmas Masses. But I just really like the Christmas Mass, and so I guess that kind of helps too, since that's like the true meaning of Christmas. I know a lot of people just celebrate Christmas like secularly, but for me being Catholic, that like really helps. And this video is extremely long, as all my tag videos are, because I can't answer questions shortly, apparently. I'm amazed that my camera hasn't gone dead because it has like no battery left, but it's still going. And I am not going to tag any specific people, but if you're watching this and want to do it, then feel free to, and you can leave it as a video response if you want. And I will see you guys later.